Hello adventure game fans, Intendant S here in my first of several planned Let's Play videos. Today I will be playing a game called Serena, a game that was released a year ago. It was originally supposed to be a tech demo, but certain situations arising last year prompted some minor changes.
When I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
The circumstances behind the changes, however, won't be discussed in this video. There are some links below for an article that explains more of the backstory if you want to read up on it. But this is just a playthrough. Originally,
the photo's right there. Maybe I could have another look.
This game was written by Agustin Cordes, Trolls Plimert, Fredrik Olsen, and Simo Sakari Eltonen, and I apologize if I messed up any of those names.
Just one more try. I know it's pointless, but I need to do it.
Anyway, let's get on with playing the game, shall we?
Serena? Why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember? This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love. The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points.
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. I look at a pepper shaker and think of a Beatles song. It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that clearance sale, however long ago that was, yet we never needed to refill it. I didn't notice this before. It reads, "Contents imported from Ceylon." How old is this stuff? It's just a pepper shaker, really. This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. This used to be her favorite spot. She used to sit here, put her legs on the table, lean back, and just give me one of her smiles. Those effervescent, incandescent smiles. Once we dragged these chairs out to the lake and scrubbed off all the dust and grime of years. That was a long time ago. For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding. One of a matching pair, obviously. There was a piece of gum stuck to the underside of this chair back when we bought this place. We just left it there. For all the one of a matching pair, obviously.
Before I continue, a little bit about this tech demo is that it was using the Senscape Dagon engine, which was to be a prototype for the upcoming Asylum game. Um, Again, it's Augustin's company. Um, as you can see, you can click around, and when the hand moves to that, you can move around. Again, more of this technical demo is in the articles listed below. A little note here. Those who know me, my name is Serena, and this game is dedicated to me. You'll see that in the credits. Again, the circumstances behind this is in the article listed. All the people that wrote on this, did the graphics, were friends of mine that I met through Kickstarter.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream.
Anyway, if you see this bookcase here, which I'll get to in just a moment, is loaded with book titles, again, by several friends of mine. In fact, I should get over there and show it to you.
Somewhere in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her.
Starting on the top shelf, Stu Sizer, The Unfortunate Life of a Chocobo Sage, Nelson Miguel, My Bloody Sabbath, How I Learned the Devil's Music.
I miss her so much. How is it possible that I can't remember her face?
Other books, Michael Shaw, Michael Stein, Ronald Dragstra, Matt Grandis, Natalia Figueroa, Ingmar Book, M. Valnor, Charles Flemert, Simo, Caesar Bitar, Leonard Chalice, Douglas Baxter.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this.
On the middle shelf, you have books by a bunch of other people. Many of these people you should know if you've ever played adventure games recently. See more down here. I won't read off the names and the titles. I'll just let you read them over here. If you recognize the name of the protagonist that you play, that's played by Josh Mandel. Most old school players will recognize him through Sierra games like Space Quest 6.
Perhaps in her dresser, or something that she liked.
And recently, co-wrote with L. Lowe on the Leisure Suit Larry remake that was released, about a year and a half ago? Other voices, you've recently heard the voice of Serena. That is voiced by popular YouTube commenter.
I miss her so much.
Personality.
How is it possible
Pushing
that
Up
I can't
Roses.
remember her face?
And the voice later in the game, towards the end, is none other than Scott Murphy. Again, old school adventure players should recognize him from Sierra Days.
I have to remember her face.
As one of the two guys from Andromeda that did the Space Quest series and is doing the upcoming Space Venture game. Anyway, going down to the bottom shelf, you see many more. Again, most of the authors here are friends of mine that I met through Kickstarter or through other adventure game community.
Or something that she liked.
Again, some of these names you might recognize. I do want to point out here, Astrid. I've only known her online as Pollo Diablo, but she had recently passed on with her fight for cancer. And I just wanted to give a shout out to her as she was such a huge influence on the adventure community. I just wanted to give my condolences to her and her family. It's a tragic loss to the adventure community. Anyway, I should stop talking and get on with the game.
We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking. Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin. I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate, yet I don't feel hungry. I have more pressing things on my mind right now than culinary exploits. Truth be told, not all the cooking she did was a resounding success. We agreed to never attempt doing ravioli again.
On a side note here, I'm not much of a cook either. So, I guess Augustine and friends got that right.
The stove looks like something from World War I. Considering how basic and ancient the kitchen is, it's a wonder what we managed to do with it from time to time. Well, she mostly.
Feeling peckish, dear?
The stove looks like something from World War I. So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course. I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
This picture, I believe was done by Ben Chandler. Again, adventure game fans should recognize the name, as he is one of the people at Wadjet Eye Games. I believe you should recognize it from, like the Blackwell games and other titles that they released. And let's see over here. This kind of disturbing image here, I believe was done by Lainey Barry. She's one of the classroom graffiti people.
I have to remember her face.
Doing the upcoming of course the title escapes me at the moment. The St. Christopher School Lockdown, I believe was the name of it, which is still in development. So keep an eye out for that one. Let's go back over here and
perhaps in her dresser, or something that she liked.
Take a look at the window here.
This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right? I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly. There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well, except for Serena. I can make out nothing through this window. There was a time, long ago, that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. All the windows are drafty, but like everything else, we just got used to it. We liked it, even. No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. I better stay in case Serena comes back. There's always a chance she might return. There's nothing for me out there.
I want to point out one thing here. This one item here is my own contribution to the game. I gave this text to Augustine to add at the very last minute. If you can see up here, true friends stand by each other through any adversity. This was released after some events that transpired late last year that, again, I won't talk about in this video, but it's centered around me. And of course, this is related to how my friends stuck up to me. Again, you can find some of this information in the links below. Let's see. Let's head on over to this screen.
I miss her so much. How is it possible that I can't remember her face?
Let's see what's in this chest, shall we?
Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else? We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It's too painful. I want to, but not yet.
Of course, you'll find out later what's in the trunk. This is a pretty dynamic game. As you can see, each thing that I click on has multiple interactions. Unlike most adventure games where you have one or two lines, these thoughts by the main character progress throughout the story. And as you can see, several lines for each one just in this first section of the game. Let's go on to this poem up here. I believe it was written by Simo.
Some more.
But
I have to remember her face.
I'm sure he would confirm or deny that. As like I said, it's been a year since I played this. I can't remember everything that everyone did. There were so many people contributing to this game.
Perhaps
it's hard to remember who did what.
Or something that she liked.
It says here, "Come, love, with peace in your heart," said Niame. Well, actually, I believe he says it throughout.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niamh of the ice blue eyes. Blue eyes. It's based on an Irish folktale. Warrior poet Oisin goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niamh is of the Fey folk, the fair ones, fairy. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same. She made this with her own hands. She was really good.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet.
Dun dun dun.
See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor.
Let's take a look at the bed.
Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her, there are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head.
Nothing but clothes. There's gotta be something in the closet, right? Let's try checking in here.
Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes right now.
It's pretty obvious here that something is keeping him from opening the closet. But what could it possibly be? Who knows? Let's continue looking around.
For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it. 2 days, 3 days tops, and bam, a brand new light bulb would burn out. Whenever her lamp didn't work, Serena would come by my side to read. A few moments later, she would lay her head down on my chest and fall asleep. The only reason this lampshade gathered less dust than the other one was that we had to keep putting new bulbs in this one. Because of a wiring problem or whatever, this one always starts smelling sharply of metal after being on for a while. Considering what a strong odor of metal this one gives off when in use, I guess we were lucky never to have an accident. The only reason this lampshade gathered less dust than the other one was that we had to keep putting new bulbs in this one. She is fairly religious, not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us.
Just a bit of a note here. I'm not particularly religious, but I am spiritual. I just wanted to point this out, even though this is a fictitious game and is dedicated to me. This is definitely a different Serena than the real one. I just want to point this out, which should be pretty obvious to anyone who knows me or in any fashion.
She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess. Her faith came as a surprise to me. She was never prudish about sex, so I just didn't expect it. I guess people simply aren't that predictable. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. I have no need for the words in there. She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe I should have let her bring some plants inside. She liked them a lot. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin, like my books. A plant is a plant, beautiful to some, boring to others.
This does make you wonder, why is your plant inside the nightstand instead of in a vase on top? Who knows? Let's see. Continuing on, let's go to the other side.
Unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months. We brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale. The sun is streaming through the window. No reason to turn this on. All these metaphors and similes in my head. Light of my life. Make light. Wait, that's another kind of light. We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand, but they're not here now. A lamp is a lamp, but to a writer, every mundane item triggers connections, and that leads to more. There's a thick layer of dust and an almost invisible outline where we kept the water pitcher. It seemed like neither of us could bother to properly wipe the lampshades. All these metaphors and symbols. It hasn't been long enough for so much dust to accumulate. Has it? She was special. contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
If I remember correctly, Jenny Pattison did the artwork for quote-unquote Skin Quest. If you don't know who she is, she's the portrait artist for Quest for Infamy, which was released not too long ago. Another Kickstarted adventure game done by Infamous Quests, and as you can tell, she does some good work. Um, anyway, this is a little bit of an Easter egg here. Well, if you could call it.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing. I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. She's beautiful, but what's her obsession with dolphins? I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back, and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meal. Not a big fan of them. They do tend to alleviate my headaches, though. Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meal. These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one. We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already. It smells so elegant. There's violet leaf and silk tree blossom, I think. This perfume is perfect for Serena. Why didn't I ever notice? We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad. Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. Pretty shambolic, isn't it? The organization of its contents isn't much better. It'd be a shame to say we're fashionistas. We were never that big on appearance. Serena has this mystical aura about her, even when she's wearing one of my mom's charming knitted sweaters. I do remember that on the night I first met her, she wore this beautiful purple dress, like she'd flown straight down from the night sky. I wonder what became of that dress. This dresser contains most of her things. There's mostly beauty products and personal items in it. Just girly stuff of no interest to me. My kind of thing is the bookcase near the table. Hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors, so this came in handy. Should I dust for fingerprints? I might if I were in a detective story. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. The last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look awful. There's dust on this, too. It's everywhere. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. There's a strand of blonde hair in the coat. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering. What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor some of her other personal items. It's just a regular comb bought from a supermarket, new enough to still have all its teeth.
There's more than just looking around. There's more of a plot. Certain clues looking around help to move the plot on. Let's take another look at the picture and see if anything new shows up.
My love.
That noise from the clock symbolizes that time has gone on. So let's continue looking at these things and more new lines might show up.
It's different. But that just... it can't be different. Am I going mad? Somehow she looks sadder than I remembered. Could I really have been so wrong about that night? We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host, all those moments we sat at this table, laughing, smiling, simply looking in each other's eyes. Will we have them again someday? This table has seen many happy times. The meals we shared, or when we just used to stay up late with a bottle of wine and talk. Oh, how we talked. I sure hope she comes back soon. We can sit down and discuss our problems, like we always did. We could always work things out. Our dining table, Lonely Hearts Club Band. Pig and Pepper. Alice in Wonderland. All these associations, links, plays on words. My head is full of them, and it never stops.
Yes, I could sure use some pepper today. God, I'm so bored.
It's just a pepper shaker, really. I could tell plenty of stories about...
Is it my imagination, or are you using even more these days?
She had a point. I am on medication for blood pressure, after all. I'm determined to make a change when she comes back. Yes, no more indulgences. I want to do things right. It's not the healthier type, just regular table salt. I always planned to switch to mineral or sea salt, but then I always ended up buying the regular stuff. Doctors always overreact. Without any activity, the corner feels cold and lifeless. I'd give anything to see her standing here again, making coffee or sandwiches. I made my own too, of course, but it just made me happy to see. When she was happy, she'd hum her favorite songs as she puttered around. I can't remember the last time. The stove looks like something from World War I. I didn't cook much for her, always so worried about my stuff. Damn, I can't even remember what her favorite meal was.
Look, I said I would do it. Will you just sit down over there? I'll make you something we can both enjoy eating.
I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims. Someone said, work and love are the only things that ever really happened to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe? Did I let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time.
As you can see, you don't have to look at everything in order to progress the story. Let's go back and see if the pictures changed again, shall we?
She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that? I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
Sit down, we need to talk.
When did it go so wrong? This was supposed to be We weren't supposed to fight here.
You just don't get it, do you? You never do.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Truth is, I could have used this spice to get some of her abominations down my throat. She never had any sense for balancing a meal. It was either spicy hot or cringeworthy bland. I was used to much better fare before my family fell on hard times. Almost empty. So typical of you, Serena. Not one limit. I torture myself trying to remember.
Yes, go ahead and empty the whole salt shaker on your meal. I hope you choke.
She was always yammering about the salt, feigning concern about my blood pressure. Should have emptied this into her lying throat till she vomited. If she were here, I'd rub salt into her wounds, all right, just like she's rubbed salt into mine.
And as you noticed, his tone has changed from unknowing to sad to angry. As he finds out more about his love life with Serena, you can tell that things weren't exactly paradise between them.
I'm too upset to even think straight.
Let's see what he has to say about the rest of the items in the cabinet, shall we?
I tried to be charitable with her, but what did it get me? Honestly, she could rarely carry a tune, so her humming habit got on my nerves. My wife has no indulgence given except what comes to her from heaven. We eat little, we drink less. This earth breeds not our happiness. William Blake. Never those dry, blackened omelets again. Good riddance. I hate her so much. She actually threw this at me once. She could have killed me. That's how the bedroom window got that crack.
Here's your stupid omelet.
Heavy damn thing. Cast iron. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I want to hurl the whole damn lot into the lake. Or just tear at the pages until the wind sweeps them away. Some of these started a mildew long ago. Nothing gold can stay. Frost. Oh, those words. Those damn words. My whole life's been consumed by them. Now, I couldn't care less about this damn thing. This armchair. This is where we had that talk. That damn...
I've been trying so hard, but we lost something along the way. Did you get my letter? Will you just listen to me for once? God, you're always... Wait, where are you going? Don't walk away from me.
Why torture myself trying to remember? I feel like throwing this chair through the window. But that would just make me even angrier. Her favorite chair, huh? I should just smash this thing to pieces. It's wobbly and off balance, just like she was. Especially that night. I'm too upset to even think straight. It's like looking into my own soul right now. Did I see shadows move? No. Just my imagination. It's like the whole world is against me. Even my mind is playing tricks on me. I hate her so much. A part of me still thinks she'll forgive me and come back. But do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon, because I've had enough.
All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. All the real color faded from it long ago. It must be full of dust mites. I should burn it. I told her the rug was fine work, like I know anything about handicrafts. But it's what the Empress wanted to hear, wasn't it? I couldn't care less about this damn thing. The stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry, even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful? I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anyway. Why torture myself trying to remember? I should tear all her filthy, disease-ridden clothes apart and burn them. Everything she wore, just to lure me in. Not even these violent impulses give me the strength I need to open the armoire. What is wrong with me? I'm too upset to even think straight. It's finally sinking in. She's not coming back. Nothing in this cabin will ever change again unless it's by my hand.
We don't have any more light bulbs. I'm sick of this thing anyway. We're chipping away at what little money we have because of a piece of junk.
I hate her so much. It's just a book. What good will reading a fairy tale do me? God has never been there for me when I needed comfort. Why would he want to go out of his mysterious ways to help me now? All of these stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly, menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Sunlight, birdsong. Nothing feels worse when there's no hope. No chance of anything. The light is so dim here. Makes me want to chop down every tree outside. There's only a limited window of opportunity for everything. And I wasted mine. Why torture myself trying to remember? That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. I'm too upset to even think.
Why must I always be the one to fill the damn pitcher?
It feels darker by the minute, but the sun is still high in the sky. Or is it? I feel so turned around. It can't be happening. No, I can still see even if the light is going. I'm not turning it on. I couldn't care less about the damn thing now. Maybe I should have a look at the contact pages. Her and her damn spice. Wow, two can play at that game. Serena thought she was so special, always trying to make our sex life edgy and exciting. Now I can see she was just afraid of admitting how bland and boring she really was. I hate her so much. She once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our... I tried to flush these a long time ago, but someone noticed, as if she cared about my impotent life. High blood pressure? What a load of bull. I've never felt better in my life.
I'm sick and tired of having to pamper you like a baby. Fine, I hope you have a great, lonely time at the hospital.
I couldn't care less about this damn... I can't even bear to look at my face. She's really done a number on me. She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. But it was a sore point for me. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it. Why torture myself trying to remember? How could I have been so blind? Her vanity. Always fixing her hair before bed. Doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine? I'm too upset to even think straight. Guess I could have thanked that heartless slut at least once whenever she covered up her body. No, this isn't like me. I must calm down. If anyone is to be blamed, that's me. This ugly old thing makes me feel I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else, just for a while. But I can't even remember what we argued about. Unless she was the one who left. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right. Her father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Manannán. What was it? Maclur? Scholars say Niamh's divine father, Manannán, was of an elder race even more ancient than the Tuatha Danann. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Now that we've continued the... let's see if we can finally open the chest. There it is, let's see.
The jewelry box. What is it doing here?
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, that used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote, when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life, and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
It's just a bunch of schmaltzy junk. A shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of value. I should just destroy this useless junk. But not even the venom inside me gives me strength. I'm too upset to even think straight.
Well, since we've pretty much seen everything that we can this time around, let's put down the box and see what's in it.
I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? I hate her so much. Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no. It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be true. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
Let's take another look at the picture, shall we?
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Am I missing something?
I hate her so much.
Perhaps if I might be able to finally check the armoire. Okay, it's opening. More clothes. Oh, you can move the bag. Let's see what's behind it. Ah! Oh crap!
My God. What is this? It can't. It isn't. How did it happen? I can't remember. It's already rotten beyond recognition. But how much time has passed? It's dry and withered. A body takes at least weeks to... How long has it been? I can't even remember how I did it. Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. A should electrocute myself with that lamp.
Well, now that we know there's a body in the armoire, whose is it? Is it hers? Let's continue looking around, see if there are any other clues.
I don't need to see that horror any better. Is there someone out there, or am I hearing things? I'm not taking any chances by turning this on. I used to have some sleeping pills here. They're gone. Oh, I'd give anything for a bottle of scotch. So many things wrong. Different. What happened? I remember none of it. Nothing. Is this purgatory? Job, was it? Why did I not die at birth? For now I would have lain down and been quiet. I would have slept. I would have been at rest. To hell with this book. My own dark world. Barely alive. Is this my eternal punishment? I wonder if this plant is poisonous. With my luck, it would just give me a headache. Atropa belladonna. You were better for me. Please, let me wake up. Let it be a dream. In that sleep of death, what dreams may come. I can't bring myself to close my eyes. I know I'll see her. What have I done? I remember stumbling on this more than once, but she always insisted it be kept here. She did it on purpose. This rug. I could wrap the body in it. No, I can't. I can't even think about this. It's grotesque. Red like blood. Yellow like dead eyes. The sun is a silent death for some. Dehydration. Delirium. If I smash the window, I could just slit my wrists with the shards. Bashing my head through might cut a carotid artery, even quicker than the wrists. Isn't time supposed to heal all wounds? I've really gone insane this time, haven't I? I could swear time is standing still. How long must I suffer? Would death be guaranteed? I'm too much of a coward to try killing myself with this. No light. Only darkness. Dust. Only dust. Will I see another dawn after this long night? I'd do anything to forget. To be able to focus on something. Just read again. Anything other than... Dear God. I feel sick. Flesh. Temptations. Oh no. I couldn't. Not after. I didn't touch her. I could have, but no. I did not. I can't bear looking at this. All the neglect within. I didn't look enough at her. And now, it's too late. Her purple dress, like it was torn out of the night sky. And I tore her life from her. Shattering it would get me some sharp shards, but now, I'm so drained. It's all futile anyway. If only I could see her hold this again. But now, this is real. No dream was ever like this. I can't touch it. It was hers. What did I do to my love? When was the last time she brushed her hair? Did I brush her hair? They say hair is just dead cells anyway. The more hair you have, the more strands of dead cells sprouting from your scalp, streaming behind you in your wake. It smells sour and musty, like decay, evidence. Shit. Evidence. I can't run from this. I didn't deserve her. Whatever happens to me, I will deserve it. She's not coming back. She never left. I've been running from a lot, but I can't run away from this. I must be in shock. It still hasn't sunk in emotionally what I must have done. What else would explain it? What's happening to me? Is this real or some kind of drug-fueled nightmare? Wish I could overdose myself with this. Nah, an easy way out is never the best one. My head is pounding. Is it the pills I never took? Is this my punishment? With a twist of wind, Oisin fell hard on his homeland ground. You and me both, my warrior poet. You and me both. I read somewhere, I forget where, only one way a fairy romance can end. There's only one way anything can end, really. It might as well be a coffin. Everything within it is just dead. I should bury my sorry self in it. All those memories. I'm so sorry, Serena. I loved you. There's no point. No point at all. The more I look at this, the more it feels like an electric chair. I won't see her sitting on this chair ever again. I just don't know how to cope. Dead, worm-eaten wood. The many times we sat here. So many. To think there would ever be a last time. The dinners, the laughs. I can't bear looking at it any longer. If only I had died of high blood pressure, at least she would be... Random associations. I remember after our fight just staring at this salt shaker for what seemed like hours. Serena was the salt of the earth. She was my pillar, my guardian angel. What have I done? I'm getting hysterical. Seeing this, I can't help thinking of pepper spray. It doesn't even make any sense. Pepper, the black condiment. I have to focus on something, just not this. I need to stop staring at this idiotic thing. Why did she have to be like that? Why did she always toy with my feelings? What have I done to you, my Serena? I can't think about this. I feel faint. Have to breathe normally. I must have taken her ring off. Why is it in this chest? Was it guilt? Disgust? Denial? In sickness and in health, until death do us part.
Take a look, another look at the picture. Maybe it's changed again. And that's not in the least bit disturbing.
My face? What's happened to my face? Is this my punishment? It's like looking into a mirror. I've just been slowly rotting inside all along, until I took her life. I am a demon, a destroyer, impure. I'm going to be sick. There's no booze, no food. Even if there was anything left to eat or drink, I couldn't force it down. There's no point. Oh, is this how I did it? I should bash my skull in with this right here, right now. There's no point in going on. If only Serena hadn't missed me back then. Just words. This is not life. All the words in these books couldn't bring her back to me. What have I become? All the knowledge in here was at my reach, and yet I was blinded by ignorance. That night, the night we had that fight, this is where she told me. What a damn fool I was.
Don't walk away from me. Don't you fucking care anymore? Stop! Get back here.
She was right. I wasn't good enough for her.
And now we're in the home stretch towards the ending. I'm sure you've heard mumbling in the background most of this time period, and seeing silhouettes in the window. It's time to see who they are and what they're saying.
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene.
Kerosene? They're not gonna do what I think they're gonna do, are they? Oh shit.
Oh shit. We forgot your... Fuck. It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No! Not like this! Please! No!
And that's the game. I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play of Serena. You may be wondering why such a dark game was a dedication to someone like that. Let's just say that my friends have a dark sense of humor, and it was actually a pretty beautiful gesture. If you want to play the game yourself, the links to the Steam and DRM download, DRM free download can be found below. I hope you enjoy playing it as much as I have. There you go. This game is dedicated to our dear friend Serena Nelson, who graciously allowed us to use her name and likeness. And a list of all the people that contributed, nearly 40 people through the course of development. Lots of friends I met through Kickstarter, the adventure community, all band together to surprise me with this after what happened. Again, any information regarding the background can be found below in the articles linked. And I look forward to making more Let's Plays of a less personal nature. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing you around the internet.